Get those mouth juices flowing. That's a little bit weird. Don't get the mouth juices flowing too much. Hey people, this is Talem Splash, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age. In the last part, we, I don't remember, I kind of remember, actually. I think what we were going to do is we were going to go and get the Blood Sword A, or the Carcassa, or whatever, for the 2 nights, and then, I was like, I don't want to do that, and then I started school, and then, you know, time got away from me, but now the quarter is wrapping up to a close. Oh yeah, we're gonna go to do the Sansi Moogle stuff too. Yeah, we have to go defeat the Urutan Eater. We haven't done that yet. Okay, so yeah, I guess as I'm talking, we'll walk and talk. Yeah, so I'm not gonna get the Carcassa just because I don't feel like grinding it out right now. It doesn't take that long, but I'm kind of like, I don't need it. I'm having fun without it. If I get to a situation where I feel like I will need to like get like really good weapons, then I'll go and get them. But for now, I'm fine just playing with like the normal weapons that trial mode doesn't give me. Honestly, I think that trial mode adding in like the extra weapons that you can steal and then take back to your main file kind of breaks this game a little bit. And the game is already mildly broken already in the original PS2, the PS2 IZJS version for sure. 240 gil. Mainly because like it got a lot easier when they added the job system, but it was also better. But including trial mode in there too, as much as it's really cool if you're like trying to do a perfect game, because it makes it a lot easier to get stuff early. Unless you're doing that, I personally kind of like not getting that stuff super early on, because I like getting it the original way that the game intended for you to get it without trial mode. But you can get it whichever way you want. It doesn't really bother me, and I'll probably end up going to use to get some trial mode stuff later on if I feel like it. But like I'm not like saying, oh, I'm not gonna do it, like, because I'm not banning myself from doing that. I'm just saying I don't feel like doing it right now because I feel like the challenge is fun enough without it. Like maybe we won't be able to do certain stuff early on, like, you know, well, I don't know, we probably couldn't defeat the first demon wall because I don't have any quickenings yet. I don't want to spend any quickenings until I've decided both of my jobs. So that's the main reason. If this was the original IZJS version, then I would have already had like all 3 quickenings for all of my characters probably, but I hold off on the quickenings in this version just for that reason, that I don't know what my next job is going to be yet and stuff. Ooh, this area is so beautiful. So yeah, I don't really have that much on the plan for this episode. I know when I originally started this LP back in June, or July was it? Yeah, I think it was July. I like had like this strictly like planned out structure of how I wanted to do each and every episode, and then I realized, you know, I don't want to do that. So we're not going to do it anymore. We're not going to do it like that. We're just going to have fun, play through the game. However long we take to get through areas is fine by me. Of course, I'll do my best to keep the pacing of the LP pretty flowing, but I also like, I feel like when whoa, did you hear that crack? I feel like when I like try to overplan my LPs, that's when they kind of die a little bit. At least not so much in terms of like, oh, they still go up on YouTube, but my interest in them becomes a little bit more like, oh, this is more of a chore and not something I can just go and relax and have fun with. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just have fun and play through the game as I see fit, as I would be normally playing it if I wasn't LPing, I suppose. Man, I still can't believe it's 2017 and I'm still doing the same thing I did in 2010. It's crazy. That's like, maybe I'm sticking around this hobby for too long. I don't think so. In fact, I think I'm probably one of the few that still does LPs the way that people did them back in 2010. Like, of course, everyone does LPs these days, but we're always a little bit different now, you know? Like, tiny things have changed over the years, and I'm not averse to change, but I want to change in different ways than other people have changed. But I do want to keep my by the way, we're fighting the Urutan Eater. Sorry, I'm not, like, talking about this. Let's see if we can throw a Dispel. Do we have a White Mage? I don't remember what my jobs are. Oh my gosh. Oi! Fran, why don't you have any... You don't have Dispel yet. Okay. What we can do is we can cast... No, not Blind. I'm sorry. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing here. We need... Nobody has Black Magic, so I don't have a Black Mage. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we can't blind this Urutan Eater. Normally in a playthrough I would have a Black Mage and I would just blind him. But, you know, he's already almost dead anyway, so I'm not too fussed. Vaughn is shredding him to bits. You go, Vaughn. Yeah, we'll throw you a cure. Also, Vossler is helping a lot too. Yeah, so this is what this is what's called the enemy's going in rage. Oh, no, he's not going in rage, but, like, what happens, like, it's a term I use in FF12 where it's different, like, in FF14. And Enrage in Final Fantasy 14 is, like, when, like, the boss has been alive for too long and then he just wipes you. And Final Fantasy 13 does that as well. But in this game, it's more like, oh, the enemies are at red health, so their attacks get much stronger and their defense skyrockets. So they, like, the final 10% of a monster's health is, like, as long as the entire fight prior. Which is, I think, pretty cool, because it's, like, it makes the final bits of the fight really challenging. Anyway, we're gonna head back. We're gonna head back and talk to that Moogle because we killed the Urutan Eater. If you're not keeping up, that's what the Moogle wanted us to do, because the Moogle was approached by a fellow Nam-Yensa, and the Nam-Yensa was like, "Yo, I need help," and he didn't want us to help because he was afraid. But then the Moogle was like, "Hey, you guys should go help," and then we're like, "Yeah, we should go help this poor Nam-Yensa," and then we go help him. And now we just killed it. So now we're gonna go back and report to the Moogle and say, hey, we killed it, and hopefully get our reward. You know, it's as basic as side quests to get, but there's a bit of lore to this one, which is why I'm doing it mostly. I'm not really doing it for the reward. There is a reward that you do get for doing this that makes the upcoming boss a little bit easier, but I'm not too fussed about that really. I'm just doing it for fun. I always do it. Hello, Alron. Man, it feels so good to be playing this game again. I took like man, lots happened in my life since the last episode that I recorded. Not in big ways, just like small stuff like school. I've been really stressed out with school lately, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, but that's kind of why I'm recording again. I just needed this. I needed this mental break. Like, all right, let me get back to Evilise. Let's get back to this LP. Get back to talking to myself again in front of a microphone, because that's what I feel best doing, I guess. Which is kind of true. I love recording, and I always will. Hello, Moogle. How are you? You killed the wild scourge of the Sansi, Kupo. Amazing. By the way, that Nam-Yensa from before, he just went by, Kupo. Maybe he was going to look for that treasure for you? Unusually kind of him. He was headed for the Nam-Yensa Sansi. Okay. So yeah, we gotta go over to the Nam-Yensa Sansi, and we have to, like, man, I'm getting some serious deja vu. I feel like I've already recorded this episode. Well, I guess I have recorded it in the old LP, but, like, I thought that was, like, still pre-Birth by Sleep. Because I know I took this LP... No, okay, I took this LP all the way up to, like, Wraithwell's Tomb, which is, like, where we're almost at. But I feel like I might have gone back right when I, like, restarted that LP and, like, did this because I didn't do it initially or something. I don't know. Not a big deal. I like this camera shot. Were you off looking for a reward, Kupo? Did you find the treasure at the Sansi? Oh, yeah, I did. Then he goes... Just where is he going, Kupo? I think he's going back. Ah, oh, man. All right, let's go back. Let's go back and follow them. Just one wild chase. I did see this these two treasure chests over here. You got a potion and a handkerchief. I don't know if actually, do any of us have, like, did I ever bother to get a diamond armlet? I did. Okay, I got one. That's something that's much easier to steal from trial mode now. Because you don't have to go to the chest in the Wester Sand anymore. You can just go and get it from, like, stage 1. Which is, like, crazy awesome. That's something, like, I feel isn't as much of, that doesn't break the game, because the Diamond Armlet is kind of used to get other chests, and part of the, pleasure of the Diamond Armlet is knowing when to use it, and just doing the research yourself online, and then coming back and be like, oh, okay, this chest is the one. Then you use your cure sheet. Oh, it's so great. Oh, yeah, this cutscene. This cutscene's kind of cool. This is that lore bit I was talking to you about that I think just adds a little bit of flavor to the Nam-Yensa. They're all just floating around. It's got, like, amazing, like, cinematography too. Kupo, a gathering of the Nam-Yensa. A truly rare occurrence, Kupo. Oh, they're talking. They're talking in wiggles. Did he just stick his tongue out? Oh. Kupo? Kupo? Wait, what's happening, Kupo? Wait, no, they're going to execute him. Oh no. Oh no! He just pushes the other Nam-Yensa out of the side. Don't do this. This creature would still be at large if it weren't for his plea for help, Kupo. You shame us by seeking aid outside the tribe. Nam-Yensa are lords and masters of the Great Sea. We seek the aid of none. Oh. He's like, but, your words are the howling of the sand to my ears. I condemn you to dust. What have you done, Kupo? You bring him back. Those who sully our name will be punished, be they foemen or kin. They must pay the honor price. There can be no forgiveness. I would destroy you too, but I am merciful. Better you live to tell the world that the Urutan are not to be taken lightly. Now, leave. That is some, like, that is, like, some powerful stuff right there. Like, oh my goodness. You can just, like, look at someone and just dustify them. Like, man. I kind of wish we got... I think we do fight the Urutan Queen, in trial mode. I can't remember, honestly. Hey, Moogle. What's up? That rogue Urutan, he wouldn't have been happy back with his clan. I'm sure of it, Kupo. What you looking at, Mr. Kupo? Mr. Moogle? Ooh. That flower. It's rare to see one blooming in the Sand Sea, Kupo. Maybe the treasure that he found was this? Yep, it was. That's the treasure. Here's the treasure. My good old NCS memes. I'll always share my NCS memes. That's actually a more, that's a more unknown of NCS meme, I guess. I remember he talked about it, like, back at the start of, or no, it was at the end of his Final Fantasy X Let's Play, where he was, talking about here's the treasure, and it's about, like, how he and his sister would, like, like, they would say that before they farted. So it's like, here's the treasure, and then they would just let it rip, and, that would be the treasure. And I always think of that sometimes when I fart. Although, I don't know, I'm not really one to fart on stream. I'm a little bit more, I don't know, maybe I should fart. I'm not gonna fart on stream, I'm just kidding. I'm not NCS, that's for sure. I love his stuff. He's definitely my favorite Let's Player in the world, but, I feel like my style's slightly different at this point. It's, like, definitely sort of what I, like, tried to emulate when I got started Let's Playing, back in, well, that's a lie. You know, when I started Let's Playing back in 2010, or was it 2009? I don't know. When I started doing FF12 originally, my original inspiration was Chugga Conroy, and I mean that was everyone and their mother was inspired by Chugga Conroy back in the day. And I remember Chugga was doing his Pokemon Crystal Let's Play, and that's why if you go back and check in my very original Let's Play of Final Fantasy XII for like the first 15 or so episodes, I had that sidebar. That's because I thought that sidebar that Chugga was doing was so cool. That was like the new hip thing to do, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome, and I wanted to do it myself. And so I did, and it looked really crappy. I had like a list saying like what each character's job was, and it was like done not even in Photoshop, it was done in Sony Vegas, because I didn't know how to use Photoshop back then. Okay, thank you. Don't put me to sleep. But yeah, so I tried to like sort of copy him, and then I became friends, I became better friends with John, my boy Owl Fox the 13th. Yeah, and then he became one of my best friends ever. But he got me into Nintendo Capri Sun, and you know, that's how our friendship strengthened, is because I would go over to his house and we would watch NCS videos. And I remember we marathoned through Super Mario. We marathoned through like a good 20 or 30 episodes of Super Mario Galaxy 2, because that's when he was Let's Playing Super Mario Galaxy 2 himself. And then later on, we went and binged all of his Ocarina of Time Let's Play in like I think one weekend, and that's like one of the best memories of my teenage years. I think is just hanging out at John's house and watching OOT, NCS Let's Playing OOT. I miss that. We don't do that as much anymore, like because John's been really busy with college, and you know he's changed a lot too. But yeah, I miss him. We got to start hanging out again. I guess, I don't know, like, I sort of, like, stuck on with the Let's Plays, and John kind of fell off. Not that he's uninterested in them, but, like, and NCS isn't really, like, his, like, he's not really as interested in Nintendo Capri Sun style anymore, which I found kind of sad for a while, but, you know, it's whatever. People change. So I have 2 Chrono Spheres. I need to get myself some more of those. But also, John doesn't even LP anymore. So, that's also a bit of a shame, I suppose, but, you know, he's moved on to music, and he's really into, like, his other stuff that he does at school, and, yeah, he's still doing good. I still keep up with John a lot, but, I haven't talked to him in a little bit. It's been, like, maybe, apart from, like, we'll tweet at each other every now and then, but, like, we haven't, like, gone and hung out for, like, a whole day or something in at least like 6 months or more. And that's not right. We got to do that more. So anyway, enough about that. Let's look about where we have to go. I think I already went and did the Imdigood stuff, didn't I? I swear I did. Do I have the... Yeah, I got the shielded armor. Okay, so I don't need... Yeah, I don't need to worry about doing that. We want to go over... Okay, so I guess... I mean, we'll get to this southern area. This area right here. We'll go and visit, like, maybe... Oh, we didn't check out this area either. So let's go down. We're going to go around. We'll go the long way. We'll take the scenic route. I really want to fully explore the world. Even if it takes a while, because I'm not in a hurry. Like before, like I said, I was like, oh man, I got to get through all these areas because I don't have time to like stick around in each one of these areas. But like, that's not fun. That's not like, I don't know. That's not really like what that's not like the Final Fantasy XII Let's Play experience I really want to offer anymore. So I want to take my time and, oh my God, Fran, don't die. Don't die. My girl. Do not die. Let's see, man, I don't want to, rather than use my last Chronos tier, I'm just going to switch over to Pinello. And, yeah, Fran is the white mage anyway. Why does Fran have the sword? Oh, I guess just because, that's like Bosch's sword that she's able to use, because, it's one of the things that, like, I think Bosch's sword is one of the things that everybody can use, if I'm not mistaken. Unless I'm wrong, I don't remember. I say I know a lot about Final Fantasy XII, but honestly, Final Fantasy XIV is the game I know more about now at this point. Which is kind of sad, because, like, I still know so much about this game, like, just intrinsically, and I'll probably remember it as I go. But, like, I've sunk more hours into 14 at this point. I still love this game more. Like, this game will always be my favorite game of all time. Or my GOAT, as they call it these days, the GOAT. This game is my GOAT. So in my D&D campaign, I might have talked about this before. Hey, Fran, heal me. Oh no, don't. I forget. Cures aren't AoE anymore. Crap. Okay, I'll have Pinello heal me then. Pinello, heal yourself up, girl. So yeah, in my my D&D campaign that I'm doing with Cody and Monisa and Candy and Ryan. Okay, sorry about that. I had to cut really fast. But yeah, as I was saying, in my D&D campaign I'm doing with Cody and Monisa and Candy and Ryan and Matt Zodiac. He's actually in my static. He's Jace. We are all in the D&D campaign, and I have, speaking of goats, I have a pet alpaca. I don't know why it took me so long to get to collect my thoughts about my alpaca, but I had to. So his name is Cherry. It's Cherry the alpaca, and Matt turned him into a vampire because he himself he's like this snake dude, and he got turned into a vampire when we're playing the Curse of Strahd, and yeah, he got turned into a vampire, and then he turned my pet alpaca into a vampire, and I was pretty distraught for a while. My character was distraught, but I say me. And then I realized, you know what, it's kind of cool to have a vampire pet alpaca named Cherry. My character's a druid, by the way. My character's name is Ivor, and he is not that much about vampires, really. I'm not like, because me personally, I think vampires are lame. So I mean, I guess in a sense that means I think Strahd is lame, and he kind of is. He's pretty lame, but I also think he's a fun villain. So if you don't know that much about D&D, I'm sorry. I'm also kind of new to it myself. You know, it started when I was like watching the Adventure Zone. Well, you know, the MaximumFun.org Adventure Zone series by Griffin McElroy. He's awesome, by the way. He's the guy that like runs the Monster Factory and stuff. And I think his brother, was it Justin? He founded Polygon, or was it? I'm pretty sure it was Justin that founded Polygon. I don't know. But anyway, they have this D&D campaign called the Adventure Zone, and then I got into it, and then I started doing it with Cody, and Cody's a great DM. And we're doing the Curse of Strahd, and it's my first campaign ever. And I got myself a couple pets. I got myself my pet companion dog, Elpheus Doge. And then I have Cherry, the vampire alpaca. And I'm a druid, so I turn into a bunch of stuff as well. So it's a lot of fun. We're almost done. As of right now, we're like, we just entered Castle Ravenloft, and we've been trucking through. And actually, the last episode that we ended on, or the last session that we ended on, I am like about to fall, or I am like falling through a window. And I think I know what I'm going to do to save myself. Since I am a druid, I can turn into a bird. Initially, I was thinking like, oh man, maybe I'll have to like, you know, get a whip and like just latch on, like, you know, in like the beginning of Final Fantasy IX, when Garnet goes and latches on with the cords to go and like swing across the tower or the castle. I was thinking that's something I would have to do. But then I just realized, hang on, I'm a druid. I can just turn into a bird. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to turn into a bird and fly back. Although I think I was carrying something, and that's why I wanted to be careful. I can't remember what I was carrying. Maybe it was, man, I'm sure they'll tell me. I'm really bad about remembering what happened in the previous session, and then everyone else reminds me. Because, like, I sort of, like, I'm, like, totally there in the session when I'm playing, and then I'm, like, totally not there when we stop. And then I'm, like, we only play once a week for about 3 hours, so... yeah. And I'm thinking, you know, it's gonna be pretty fun. Once we finish the Curse of Strahd, we're going back to our town. We have a town called Wraithsmith, I think that's what it's called. And there we run a cafe, and I have been busy concocting new ways to make the cafe better. And lately, since I'm a druid, I know Goodberry, like the skill Goodberry, and so I've been collecting all these Goodberries and like turning them into Goodberry jam. And I'm trying to like create like a Goodberry preserves and like a Goodberry. I want to capitalize on the Goodberry market in our D&D universe. So I'm like giving it to every NPC we meet and spreading the word about the Goodberries. And hopefully one day I'll make a lot of money, and then I can, you know, say it all started here at the cafe in Wraithsmith. It's a lot of fun doing that stuff. That is the thing I like most about D&D. Like, I know Matt, for instance, really is all about the combat. Honestly, I couldn't give two shits about the combat. I like it a lot. It's a lot of fun when I'm doing it, but that's not why I play, because I could just get that same experience in any other video game. But I feel like the storytelling aspect of D&D, especially in combat, like when it's combat that like you're actually playing, and you're also like storytelling as you're in combat, that's when combat's great. When it's just like a, you know, just turn-based combat, then it's like, you know, it's okay, but it's just, you know, another battle, really. Which is why, like, I was watching the Game Drums combat, and because they started the new what's it called, Dragons in Places, and it's been a lot of fun to watch. There's my antidotes right there. It's been a lot of fun to listen to, but the first episode was like all combat, and I was like, man, this is awesome, but also it's all combat. But I hear the second episode is not, it's like more actual roleplay, so that's really cool. I haven't gotten a chance to go and listen to it yet. Like the next two, I think episode 3 is out now, and I haven't had the time to go and listen to it yet, but I will. I'll totally go and listen to it soon. Man, we're just taking our time. This is such a much better way to structure this LP. I'm already feeling so much better about it. Maybe, I mean, it also could be because I have a lot to say right now, like, because I haven't recorded in forever, so I feel like I have so many things to talk about, because I feel freer. That was another thing. So I've been talking a lot to my friend Jordan. You may remember him if you ever went and watched my Birth by Sleep video. My Birth by Sleep Let's Play. I mentioned him a couple times. He's also in my static now on his alt character. You know, good old Chilled Latte. I think he's also like his FF14 main character's name is Black Owl. And I was talking to him about like how I wasn't really happy with the way I was handling my LP episodes, because they felt they weren't scripted. Like, it's not that I was scripting my commentary, it's that I was scripting the episode structures, because I love planning things, but then I don't like following through on my plans. So I think it's an important skill to be able to follow through on plans, but I think that Let's Plays are not one of the things that I should be planning and following through on, because I always had the most fun with my Let's Plays being spontaneous and doing whatever I want, you know. That's kind of like why I started, because I wanted to, like, when I started Let's Playing, I wanted to have a medium where I could sort of say whatever I'm thinking without really filtering myself too much. And I realized as I was going on over the years that all I was doing was filtering myself to say, all right, I can't say this because that's not what people would want to hear. It's like, that's not their business. But then I'm like, hang on, if it's my business and I want to talk about it, then it can be. Yeah, I don't know. That's my mindset. I know that that's not like the widely accepted Let's Play mindset of today, where it should be all about the game and stuff, or it should be all about like making people laugh and like reactions and stuff. But that's not me, you know. It's like Arya says, that's not me. Oh, man. That last season of Game of Thrones, not spoiling anything, was a solid B-. I liked it a lot. I think it was tons of fun. And it was like, I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm a book purist, because I'm totally not. I love the show, honestly, as much as I love the books. Overall, I just thought that some of the decisions the characters made, I was like, no, that's not you. But, you know, whatever. It was still a fantastic season in every other regard. And I'm going backwards. Okay. See, that's the other problem. When I start, like, just losing myself in my commentary, I get all turned around. Actually, no, I had to go that way to fill out the map, didn't I? I don't know. So let's turn around. We're going to go all the way up to this... there's like, see that on the map, there's like that little T. I don't know, you'll see when I get there. It's not really a T, it's more like an L. It's more like an L. Wait, did we go over? Yeah, we went over there, okay. There we go, they're dead. I'm gonna take a sip of my, I apologize while I, quickly let them stand still. I gotta take a sip of my, water here. Oh my gosh, that stuff is delicious. I gotta buy more of this. So at the start of this episode, I was just like, at the start of every episode, I sort of like I say silly stuff just to like sort of get my mouth juices flowing, and my mouth juice is flowing. I don't know why I said mouth juices at the start, but I did. Maybe I'll put it at the end or something. I don't know. My mouth juices had to be flowing so I could record this episode, and I got them flowing by drinking this nice raspberry flavored sparkling water beverage, and oh, it's so delicious. I love this. Like, nice as in like that's the brand name that you get at Walgreens, and I'm like gonna buy this all the time now because it's fantastic stuff. It tastes so good. All right, you heal yourself, Penelo. I don't know why Penelo's the one healing herself. She is no longer the white mage in my party. It should be Fran. I have to probably fix up their gambits or something. Man, I want another swig of that nice juice. That nice mouth juices. Yeah, so this, by the way, I didn't talk about it. But this music that's playing in the Nam-Yensa Sansi, it's like newly composed for the Zodiac Age. It didn't exist. In the original version of Final Fantasy XII, it just replayed the same... Ooh, I got a Vega. It replayed the same theme from the Nam-Yensa Sansi, and then for IZJS, it used the Sarobi step theme. And in this version, they were like, all right, let's just compose an original theme for it, which is great because it needed one. It was always like maybe they got lazy, or I mean, not calling out Sakimoto and calling him lazy on his compositions, because he was not lazy. He did a fantastic job in this soundtrack. No matter what people say, I think this soundtrack is fantastic, and I love doing homework to it because, like, just listening to it, it's the kind of the thing where you can, like, lose yourself in the environments. I will agree, it probably needed some more emotional tinge, and I think that's where most people's complaints come from for this game's soundtrack, is it's like to them it's like not emotional enough, and I can totally buy that. Man, I'm gonna step on the... Okay, I'm not gonna step on the traps. I can totally buy that, because it's not really all too emotional, except for a couple tracks, and like maybe there's like 5 really emotional tracks in this game, and they reuse those same 5 tracks for pretty much every emotional cutscene or moment. But they're also really good tracks, but like people wanted more, and I can understand that. But I don't think that Final Fantasy needs to be all angst, and definitely Final Fantasy XII is not meant to be an angsty game. It's meant to be, you know, it's meant to be a journey, like a political journey, but also like one where you like truly explore the world, and the world is not depressing. It's like Ivalice is so filled with life, and that's why it makes me feel so great, because no matter, like, this story gets kind of dark, but the world doesn't, and that's something I find so inspiring, and I try to carry that through when I'm working on my own writing. By the way, speaking of writing, I guess it's November, so that means it's NaNoWriMo. I'm pretty behind right now. Well, alright, when I'm uploading this, because I'm not going to upload this right away, I'm probably going to wait until after I finish my finals to upload this video, which my finals end on November 20th, and right now I'm recording this on November 13th, just so I can build up a backlog, because I really want to get right back into recording as soon as finals are done, but I want to also build up some of my my videos, so that way I have some stuff to put up, and I also but because of that, it's also been it's been NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month, and I'll get those chests in a minute. But because of that, I've been writing a ton, but also finals are tough, and I've fallen behind, and I'm gonna do my best to catch up by the end of the month. Right now I'm at like 12,000, 13,000 words, and my goal is to get to 50,000. If I can't do it, I'm gonna try my hardest to do it. But if I can't, I at least want to get to 25k, which I totally can do for sure. So this is an embroidered tippet, one of the best accessories in the game. That's a remedy. That's just an item. Embroidered tippet, if you don't know, doubles your experience earned, which is great for catching up people who are behind. Speaking of which, let's switch out people, because these guys are really leveled up, and Ash needs some leveling. She needs to catch up. We'll get both here too. I'm just scratching my eye. My eyeball needs some scratching. And that means we also get to control Ash, and she's a knight, which is great. I love the fact that we rolled Ash as a knight, because I always love making Ash a knight, because that's what she is. She's a warrior princess, but also she's just more of a knight in general. What are you attacking, Vossler? No. You can't even see that. It's too far away. Vossler, my dude. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be attacking stuff you can't even reach. You should follow your queen. Follow Ash, Shelly up in Arkansas. But yeah, anyway, for NaNoWriMo, I am pretty much rewriting what the NaNoWriMo that I won in 2015, which I got all 50,000 words, but I didn't like finish the story. And I thought about it. I could like either continue where I left off and maybe finish it, or take everything I learned from my 2015 attempt and basically redo it, but make the writing better, because writing is rewriting. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm going through it and retyping stuff, but also changing the story a lot, because since then, like, there's been some newer characters. And by the way, if you don't know what my story is about, it's about this boy. His name is Sen, and he sort of becomes like this pawn and catalyst between a conflict between two countries, kind of like inspired from this game, Rosaria and Arcadia, but also very different, because I don't take the story in the same direction that Final Fantasy XII goes. I just sort of use, like, you know, the idea of like two countries being at war with each other, which sort of ignites a lot of other smaller conflicts, and I definitely carried that through with my own story. But yeah, it's about this kid named Sen, and you know, he's great. He's I've had a lot of fun writing him, because he's been my character for a long time now, and I've been trying to like fine tune him so that way he's likable, but also he's like, his flaw is that he's sort of self-centered, and I want to find a way to make a self-centered character that also cares about other people, and that's really tough to do. But then I guess I just have to think about myself. Not that I'm self-centered, but I mean everyone has a little bit of self-centeredness in themselves, and that's fine. That's just normal. So whenever I'm feeling that kind of self-centered feeling that we all might feel, I try to latch onto that and like write what makes me think that, and then sort of multiply it when I'm writing Sen. By the way, Sen, it's short for the German word Sehnsucht, which you can look up yourself if you want. That's okay. That's not where I exactly got it from, but that's how I sort of like evolved his name into being, because my story got a lot of eventually got a lot of like Germanic inspiration and like Celtic inspiration and stuff. Come here, Birdie. This is the hunt that we signed up for when we started. It's the oh no, this is just a wyvern. I didn't accept the hunt. Oh my gosh, I am foolish. I didn't do it. Okay, that's fine. So in the next episode, I'll probably, actually no, I'll do it after we finish this arc, this chapter of, you know, the whole Wraithwall thing. I'll come back and there's a hunt we can do here called the Wyvern Lord, and I haven't done it yet, so I'll have to go do that. I want to be Ash again. Why am I Vossler? Vossler is trash. He's not trash. He's actually a pretty interesting character himself. But yeah, like some of my other characters I got in my story, I got Brendan. Brendan is Sen's best friend. Brendan Sheik. I don't know really. I don't know how to pronounce my own character's last name. Well, I think in actual Irish it's pronounced Sheik. It's spelled S-H-C-E-A-C-H, and That's like one of my favorite names. And I actually went when I went to the Renaissance Fair. I like went and like found the history of that name and everything, and I have it up on my wall. And yeah, that's just the stuff I think about. Brendan is also he's my favorite character. Like Sen is like the main character because I've poured a lot of time and the story sort of revolves around him. But Brendan is the character that I've poured my heart into the most, I guess. I've poured the most of myself into Brendan. And there's a bunch of others too. Like there's Dice. Dice actually I named after the character in this game. You know, the merchant. Actually, we'll see Dice in this episode. Because we're almost there. We're about to go see Dice. He's the merchant that we encounter on our way up to the Tomb of Wraithwall. And he's very different. He's not the same character, obviously, in my own story. The book of which is called Sealed in Stone. I'm working really hard on it. And oh man, I can't wait to finally get this book written and like, you know, get some other eyes on it. To like, I want people to like proofread it. I won't do it publicly because obviously it's something I want to publish. But it's something I used to like never talk about. That's another thing. Like I used to never talk about the stuff in my videos because I was so sheltered. Like, okay, I can only talk about the game. I can only talk about like, oh, what happened today? Because that's like, you know, being personal and stuff. But it's not. I want to talk about like the stuff that I'm into. And writing is one of them. Why didn't I do that more often? I don't get myself sometimes. I don't understand my mindset. But that's okay. I get it now, and that's what matters, right? Yeah. Bagoli Z, you understand, don't you? I fought you in Coil. Actually, they take the Bagoli, that model, or the yeah, the Bagoli model, they reuse it in Final Fantasy XIV, and you encounter them in Eastern Thanalan, you know, the Camp Drybone area. You encounter them all the way over in, what's it called? I can't remember the name of the subzone, but it's that beautiful area where, like, where all the Furbles are and stuff, all the way to, the east side of the zone. I can't remember. It's gonna bug me now. I would say, oh, I'll go look it up and put it in the video, but, you know, it's not really worth it. And also, it's not like it's something I would remember to do anyway. Oh my god, I don't have Libra on. I'm stepping in traps. Can anyone use Libra? Anyone? Anyone at all use Libra? There you go, Bosh. Actually, we should make that a gambit for you. You have a slot open, and we own all the gambits at this point, because I went and bought them all, so... Sylph and Libra. How's my recording going? I'm just making sure. Alright, we're at like 40 minutes now. I'm not too fussed about the time, honestly. I'll probably go till I get to Wraithwall's tomb. I think. Actually, I don't like the way I prioritize that, because then he'll Libra in the middle of combat. Just do it like this. That is better. I could have left it the way it was, and it would have been fine. Alright, let's go back over here. I'm going to quickly take another sip of my nice raspberry-flavored sparkling water beverage. Oh, that's like the tastiest beverage I've ever had. It's like real raspberries. Like, raspberries are my favorite fruit. In fact, if you tried a good berry, it would taste like a raspberry. Because I imagine good berries are like little raspberries. I like how the raspberry has the P in it. Hey, so, like, speak of the devil, it's Dice. It's my boy. Hi, Dice. Oh, unusual to see people out here. We're trying to catch us some sandfish, but they're not biting. Why have you come to such a place? You seem to be adventurers, surely. Yes. Surely you did not come to hunt treasure in the Valley of the Dead? The Valley of the Dead? Treasure hunter or no, you best avoid that place, lest you catch a tangle with an avian most dire. What I want to know is, are you outfitted for the desert? I mean, look at my clothes. I'm something of a merchant. If there's anything you need, let me know. Alright, well, I guess we can go ahead and sell the stuff that I've collected over the years. Over the years, I've collected many a thing, and I'm here to sell it all now. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So one thing in my structure that I probably won't change is the order that I do hunts, because I like doing my hunts at certain times. But I'm not going to be too fussed about, like, oh, I have to get these 3 hunts done in this one episode, otherwise I'm behind. Like, no. Screw that noise. Okay. I'm just making sure. And the windstone. There we go. We've made some good old money. Oh, we already got a Grimoire. Okay. I am not going to buy it now because I cannot afford it. I'll buy one Lohengrin and I'll give it to Ash because she needs it more. And anything else? A Piramina crossbow. Okay, we'll get that for Balthier. And a musk stick. Hey Vaughn, you want some of the musk? Yeah, we'll get that for you. I'm not too fussed about armor, because my characters are really not taking that much of a beating right now. But I will, whoever needs it the most, I'll get them. So Ash needs a shield for sure. Okay. I would prefer to get her all outfitted up. We're also going to be getting a really nice Mystic armor, so I'm not buying any Mystic armor. But I will buy... What was Bosch? Are those the white mages? Yeah, I think those are the white mages. Okay. Golden shields. Okay, I guess I'll get... Anything else? Can I want to get something for the knights, but if I can't, that's fine. Maybe I'll get this magic resist, the winged helm for Balthier. Because he won't be able to wear the thing I'm gonna get. Actually, he might have. No, because time mages were heavy armor. Yeah, so Balthier won't be able to wear the thing I'm gonna steal from Barmu in King Wraithwell's tomb. Anyway, that's the word, tomb. So anyway, let's go ahead and you'll now have the option of saving your game, something they kept from the original. You know what? Let's save. We're gonna save on the failsafe save. Do I have a failsafe save? I don't remember which one it was. I think it was this one. Okay. Yeah, it is this one, right? Okay. Let's just save here. If it is not, then whoops. I don't really care. I have tons of files. If I overwrite one, it's like whatever. Alright. Saved. That game has been saved. Man, I wish I had my the original save look. Like for the Kingdom Hearts remakes, they definitely kept like how the original save screen looked, but they didn't do it in this game. That's slightly disappointing, but oh well. It's so tasty. Wraithwell's tomb, everybody. Welcome to Wraithwell's tomb. Okay. Let us go down and whoa, that was a weird voice quiver. I was drinking the nice drink. Oh, this is a new boss theme. Actually, hold on. I want to listen to this. Let's That's a cool pose. Yeah, so they added this boss theme in the Zodiac Age. I forgot they totally did this. Okay, or I totally forgot they did this. So anyway, that you know those extra berries that we got? We can use them on Garuda, and it will shred Garuda to bits. Boom! Actually, it doesn't do that much damage. It does do quite a lot, though. I don't have a red mage, so I can't cast Dark. That's a shame. I really hope I get a red mage in the second set of jobs, because if I don't, I'll be sad. Let's switch to Balthier so we can actually see what we're shooting a little bit. Oh, you know what? We didn't... Did we stick on, Yeah. Okay. Put that on. There we go. Now Balthier has his new 592 damage. That's crazy how much damage he's dealing. Balthier's DPS is through the roof. Yeah, time mages are pretty good early on. Later on, they get a little bit weaker, but they become good, like, support sub-jobs. There we go, he's dead. Garuda's such an easy boss. She's easy in 14 as well. She's just way different. You bet we did it. Alright. Yeah. We should really get a crossbow job in FF14, I think. I was thinking that that's like the only way that they could make Ranger. Because now that because the reason why I main Bard is because I love Ranger in a lot of games, and I love the Ranger aesthetic. And I try to go for that in Bard, but if they added like a crossbow job, maybe they could still add Ranger in 14. That's the only way I could think of them doing it. Other than that, I don't really know how they would do it. Which is a shame. because I know they don't want to go ahead and do like they don't want to do what they did with Summoner and Scholar again. And besides, Ranger would be like a DPS, and Bard's already a DPS, so splitting off into 2 different DPS is a little bit weird. All right.
Long ago, the gods granted their favor to King Wraithwall, who would oversee the subjugation of a vast territory spanning from Mordalia to Valendia. Here he forged the Galtean Alliance. Though he is called the Dynast King, upon establishing the alliance he demonstrated compassion for his people and disdain for needless war. A philosophy passed on to his successors, one that would bring peace and prosperity for hundreds of years to follow. It was during this time of peace that the city-states of Arcadia and Rosaria, each members of Wraithwall's alliance, took root and flourished. Wraithwall left 3 relics signifying descent from the Dynast King. Of these, the Midlight Shard was given to what would become House Nabradia, and the Dusk Shard to my ancestors, the founders of Dalmasca. The last of these relics was the Dawn Shard. It remained hidden here, known only to those of royal blood.
As though the Dynast King foresaw the very plight before us now.
None save descendants of the king are suffered within. If we attempt to enter without proof of such lineage...
There's no guarantee we'll make it out alive. Vicious beasts, fiendish traps, something like that.
Mm-hmm. But you must consider the prize. The Dawn Shard lies within, and Wraithwall's treasure.
And there was I, thinking this was going to be hard.
Hell no, Balthier. It's not going to be hard. Or it's not going to be easy. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, so if you go back down here, what do you know? They approach. Dice and Dyla are here. Is that her name, Dyla? I don't remember. There is no Dyla in my story. There's only a Dice. And Dice doesn't look like that. He's actually, like... He's 20... I think he's 26? Something like that? 24 or 26? I think... No, he's 24. Yeah. You killed the avian. Amazing. And this... I've never seen such a magnificent structure. It looks like some sort of tomb. The wealth it would take to build such a thing. Think of the treasures it must hold. And a horde of ravenous monsters, I don't doubt. Me, I value life over loot. I go no farther. But should you find something, I'm sure I could be persuaded to part with it for a few gil. And if you need aught, of course I'm your man. Yeah, you bet. And he has the same stuff as before, right? Yeah, he does. Okay. I remember in original FF12, he like when you talk to him prior to killing Garuda and after killing Garuda, his whole set of wares change. And I was like, no, I just spent so much money. Actually, let me I wonder if he has some spells, because I didn't check through for spells or anything. Hello, Mister. Oh, I have to go through this whole dialogue again. Okay. Oh, he does. He has Cura and Arrow. Okay. Ooh. All right. This is good. Good stuff. Cura, I'll take. Arrow, I'll take. I don't really need the rest right now. I do want to get some items. I'll get Chronos Tears because that's always super important. And then we have enough handkerchiefs. I would like some gold needles. Just enough to help us. And Confuse Nukai Sands. They were called smelling salts before. Interesting how they call them Nukai Sands. I mean, that's how I think it was in Japanese ITJS, but yeah. Excuse me. But there's other things that, like, they, other items, like the Spirit of Lowtown. I don't remember if they kept that in this version of the game. I don't remember. Anyway, let us save our game here. And I think this is where we're going to end it off for today. So, in the next part, yeah, we'll save it here. Okay, cool. I always have a fail-safe save, but I really hope not to have to use it, because I just recorded a nice, solid 50 minutes of stuff for you guys. So, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's good to be back. I'm on break for the next 6 weeks, so I'm going to try my best to get as much Final Fantasy XII and Super Mario Galaxy 2 recorded as I can. I want to get Galaxy 2. I want to get back into Galaxy 2 because it's winter, and it's a game I always play during the winter. And then hopefully, if I have time, I'll get back to Final Fantasy 15. But That's not like an immediate. It's not like an immediate thing I have to finish immediately. I'm kind of waiting for all the DLC to come out first, and then at some point I'll get back to Dream Drop as well with Cody, but he has to be available for that too. Yeah. All right. Take care, guys. Later. It's so good to be back. Thank you guys if you're like sticking around, or if you're new, welcome. By the way, I should have said that in the beginning, but if you're not, I'm just gonna shut up. Bye. Goodbye. Sleep well. Get your homework done. Have a nice November. Have a nice Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving-ish time now, right? Yeah. Take care. Later.